Steve from Virginia. After watching the greatest Royal Rumble, what do you feel is the best casket match in WWE history? Well, it's not The Undertaker against Rusev. I know that. It's probably still the one with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker from the Royal Rumble in 1998. And I thought that was the weakest of the three matches they had in that period. They had the Ground Zero match, they had the Hell in a Cell match, and then they had the casket match. And I thought the casket match was the worst one. But as a casket match, it was still pretty good. It was better than most casket matches I've seen before. That was the match where Shawn injured himself and hit his back on the casket. Somehow he kept wrestling. I don't know how. Adrenaline, maybe, I guess. Casket matches generally are not very good. For some people, it's a guilty pleasure. Like me, I readily admit the buried alive stipulation. I like the buried alive stipulation. I do. And they had a few on television back, like in the Attitude Era. There was a tag team match, a tag team version of it once on SmackDown. That was the one where Big Show threw Mankind, literally threw him off the stage. And Mankind landed on the dirt mound, bounced, and landed inside the grave. It's no wonder that Mick Foley walks the way he does these days. But I don't know, there's just something about it that I always thought it was really cool. And I'm kind of, disappointed that we haven't had one in a while. Now, were buried alive matches, great classic matches? No. It's a brawl. And it just so happens that instead of pinning somebody, you throw them in a grave and you shovel some dirt on them. Sometimes it's art imitating life. So some people like casket matches. They've never really been a favorite of mine. But I think the one from the Rumble in 98, one other one that I would suggest, by the way, and this is one I think that probably would be overlooked by a lot of people. There was, and I don't know if this is the best, but if it's not the best, it may well be my second favorite casket match that I've seen in WWE. There was a casket match on SmackDown 3 years ago in 2015 with Daniel Bryan and Kane. And I think it was the last match those two may have had. But it was Bryan against Kane. I think it opened the show, actually, on SmackDown back in 2015. I think it was January of 2015. It was before WrestleMania. It had to be before WrestleMania because Bryan didn't last very long after WrestleMania before he had to hang it up. But go find that match. I remember thinking, man, this is actually as a match that just so happens to have a casket at ringside. And some of the dramatic ways that, Bryan is almost falling in and all that stuff. I remember thinking, this is pretty good. As casket matches go, I thought that one was pretty good.